Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to episode 58 of Freshly Ground. Bro, are we sure it's 58?
Must be 58 because it's definitely
58. I can see it on my screen.
No, but that's what it says there, isn't it?
Because we put 58 in.
Yeah, I just put that.
57 last week.
What was it?
You did say 57 last week.
Okay. Fine. So this is episode 58. I'm still checking because I have trust issues.
To trust yourself more. That's what the teacher said.
Yeah, you're right. Episode 58. Welcome to episode 58 Freshly Grounded, guys. It's our last week we had an episid and it was our first day of fasting. Today's our 7th, I believe, because it's 7 days later.
Yes.
But it might be our 8th. I don't know.
7th.
And what do we talk about in this episode? Well, we do speak briefly about fasting in Ramadan. However, we also speak about emails.
Buttons.
We speak about buttons. We speak about robots.
Technology.
The smart homes. We speak about... what do we speak about? A good few things. Writing letters. We speak about giving dawah to family members and how it's even difficult for people who are have got a lot more knowledge than us. And we speak about, and if you guys listen right to the very end, we drop a very cool, we could call it a Ramadan hack, a way inshallah get some
Ramadan
extra
hack.
reward.
It's good. Yeah.
A way to maybe get some extra reward in Ramadan, and it's the simplest thing that you could do. So please do this. That's very, very much so at the end of this episode. And Sam, who is this episode brought to the people by?
59.
Yes.
Zaha.
59 is Zaha and Feed Source. 59 is a coffee, juice, and snack cafe.
Yeah, cafe, yeah.
In Stanhope Road, St Albans. If you're in the Hertfordshire area, even if you're not, go check it out. Guys, there's absolutely no excuse. I know you're fasting, but you can get a coffee or a juice or a snack and you can save it for later. And or you could even save it for suhoor the next day. In fact, practice what you preach, Faisal, is probably what he's saying. Well, brothers and sisters...
People?
Did they again?
Just people.
People. I last year practiced this preach and I had freshly grounded. I've lost it, mate. I had 59 for suhoor. Do you remember that last year?
For suhoor? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
So you can have it for suhoor. Now it's not going to be open at suhoor time, but if you're like me, grab one, have it later. Sorry, and then go to and by the way, if you quote 59. So if you quote Freshly Grounded, you get £1 off. Also brought to you by Zaha.com, IZAHA.com.
Most firest Arabic hats in the game.
Yeah, Arabic caps as you can see on the screen. Get your Arabic caps, get your Eid presents in. Zaha.com, IZAHA.com. Freshly Grounded is the discount code to get 20% off. And lastly, brought to you by Feed Source. Feed Source is do you know what I need to get from Feed Source? I need them to give me a script so I can just read out what they do, because I always I feel like I don't do it justice, but Feed Source is the place to go for social media content creation, for your brand, for your business, a way to get your content to the top level, like the likes of Deliveroo, like the likes of Hilton. These are all brands that Feed Source and the team have been working on and work closely with and create social content for. Check them out at affordable prices, feedsource.com. Guys and girls, brothers and sisters, men and women, granddads, grandparents, kids, people of all ages. This is Freshly Grounded episode 59. Oh, so 58. Let's get into it.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded,
After that bit.
the brand new podcast
And after that bit?
by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
Abdul Samad.
Yes, fella.
How are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How are you?
You look better than me.
In this case, maybe.
Bro, I feel horrible, bro.
You don't look horrible, but you look like you.
I look horrible. Don't lie, Sam. Don't lie to me. Bro, I feel horrible.
You feel horrible?
Yeah, no, I don't feel good, bro. I don't feel good. I'm so happy you got Freshly Grounded because my therapy session can begin. I feel horrible, bro.
Why? Tell me about why you feel horrible.
I'm going to tell you why I feel horrible, bro. Right, so basically, by looking at my face, you can see I've got a cold sore. I've got a beard that has not been tamed. And I've got hair that's not been...
Didn't notice it.
I've got a hair that's not been tamed. But I look very messy. And when you don't look... when you look messy, bro, you don't feel right. And I feel like... not right, bro. I just feel like I just want to go, get shape up on my beard, Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Are
trim,
you booked
bro.
in for a haircut anytime soon?
Nah, I'm not. I'm away next week as well. So I'm assuming that there's probably no need for me to.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
But bro, but I might, because I feel horrible, and then that's one aspect, bro. And I'm just being honest because on Freshly Grounded we're open and honest, and it's not like a media thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know we do Freshly Grounded on a public platform, and like but you know when I'm doing my vlogs, bro, and when like for maybe you're speaking on stage, we are somewhat performing, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like to an extent. But with Freshly Grounded, I don't feel like I'm performing. Do you? I just feel like I'm literally just having a chat.
Yeah, just having a chat.
Yeah, and therefore I'm gonna say this. I feel horrible because I've been putting on weight. And that's such a like a I don't know, perhaps a non-masculine thing to say.
Nah,
but bro, I feel like because
been putting weight
I haven't been training, so I haven't been putting on weight necessarily, but I've been getting really out of shape because I've been not training for I haven't trained for about 3 or 4 weeks. I feel horrible, bro. Like I'm like, and this is not something good because we should not promote like someone like looking in the mirror and just like not having self-esteem, because I think that self-esteem is very important and that's something that I push for. So I don't want to be contradictive here, but because I am falling out of shape, I'm naturally feeling a bit less like good, bruv. Like, I'm being honest, and alhamdulillah, in my life things are going very well right now, but I think because of that I've had maybe less time to focus on my health and my like outwardness, and so I feel like me just hitting a gym session and maybe getting a haircut would make the world of difference in my life.
I think they're the only 2 things you need to do, and literally it'll fix all your problems.
It's true,
because it's your mental, like when you go to the gym and when you eat healthy, and that the effect that has on your mind is crazy.
It's true, bro.
But you could literally book a hair. You could text Mahi now, book a haircut, go, and then tonight after you break fast, well, you're probably busy tonight, but I'm sure you can maybe even do some like body weight stuff. You could do a little workout, which would make you feel good.
But the truth is, if I got a haircut, I don't have. Bro, look at how even today, Freshly going up, like I don't have a minute spare. I literally, bro, like I am jam packed until I fly.
Mashallah, non-stop,
bro.
What are you doing? What's up? What are you doing? Tell me.
But why don't we talk about you for a bit first?
Nah, forget me. I'm
not
the TV star.
La. You're more interested, bro. How many podcasts we've done?
How was last night?
Last night was good. So last night was a live appeal, another live appeal.
So last time we spoke on Freshly Grounded, we were discussing you doing this, weren't we? And you were discussing about when you're trying to fundraise and how you feel.
Yeah.
So last night was that. How did you get on?
So last time we spoke last week, I was saying that I felt very uncomfortable doing the live appeals just because like it's not natural. It didn't feel natural to me. I think that was my first one or maybe my second one that I had done. Yeah. And yesterday was the third one, and yesterday felt really good actually. Actually, when we last spoke, I had only done one, and then I've done 2 since then, and now I'm getting in the gist of it, and it feels good because I think I found the passion. Yesterday's one I found the passion in probably because of the cause. It's for life-saving heart surgery for children, and so I found so that's very touching. We all found it very touching, so we were able to be passionate about it. So I think I'm finding my step now. So I don't take back what I said last week, but I think I'm growing now and I'm getting maybe better at it. So I didn't have a bad time.
Was it a success last night? Yes,
alhamdulillah. We were able to raise enough money to provide 10 life-saving heart surgeries for children.
And how much do they cost each?
£1,500.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow.
Yeah. So what about yourself, bro? Tell me about your week.
No, I want to hear more about you.
No. Bro, I haven't really got much to update on, bro, but like, subhanAllah.
You have. Since we last seen each other, you've been on the TV a few times. You've been loads of stuff. Or do you not want to talk about it?
Well, did you see the clip that I put on my Instagram?
Yeah.
Shall I explain that to you?
Please.
Oh my gosh. So basically, so there's 2 things I'm doing this Ramadan with TV. One of them is the live appeals. And the other one, which is my most fun thing, is we're doing this show called Ramadan with Iman. And it's where there's 2 presenters. So I'm a co-presenter. I'm like the sideman presenter. And then there's a main presenter. And then there's a sheikh in the middle. And in the first episode, it was Mufti Menk, and really? I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that because they called me on after. So I think what must have happened is not. What I think what happened is they done 1 or 2 shows at the beginning, and they realized that they need to create more of an atmosphere by having more people. So then they called me after. So I missed the Mufti Menk one, which I'm be upset about. But alhamdulillah, it would just be interesting to have him on, especially because I'm trying to get him on Freshly Grounded, which would be our biggest ever episode. Anyway. So it's me, another presenter Musa, and then it's the Sheikh in the middle, which last week was Sheikh Wasim Kepson, who is amazing. Who did we speak about that?
Yeah.
We didn't speak about him on Freshly Grounded, did we? Let's speak about him today.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll go into it. So So it's just a chat, bro. It's just like you're sitting on the sofa, and the nice thing is people are calling in and asking for their fatwas to be answered. Like, oh, Sheikh, you know, like there's questions like, for example, in that where we open in fast, the Maghrib Adhan goes off, but it's still really light outside. I don't feel right opening my fast, and the Sheikh will answer the question. So his answer to that, for example, was he was saying that, you know, we're not the specialists with what we need to look out for in the sky, innit? So what we need to do is we need to follow our local mosques, because the mosques, inshallah, what they do is they go to the specialists, or at the very least the mosques will get their timing from other mosques which go to the specialists. So then we can't sit and say like, oh, because the red line, so I can still eat for my suhoor, or because of the white line I can still I'm not going to open my fast yet, because we're laymen, we don't know what to look out for really, innit? So anyway, that's a tangent. So it's really fun. So anyway, what happened last week is people calling in. Now I'm only just getting used to the idea of TV presenting, and it's a very different domain to like Freshly Grounded. It's a very different domain to YouTube, and so you have a lot to focus on. So there's 3 cameras in this one, and then you got someone in your ear at all times talking to you. And so, for example, what might happen is like you're talking to the camera, but you got someone really loud in your ear, so you're trying to ignore it, and like they're speaking, they're saying something like, oh, could you not forget to mention this, or plug this, or this, that, the other. And so you're speaking, and then at the same time you're trying to. So there's times where I'm speaking to camera, and like you can hear me going, and that's when they speak. So I can't even get my words out because it's so loud. And so what happened is, at one point, the presenter needed to go off to pray. Yeah. So while me and the Sheikh were praying, the presenter was like leading, and the camera was just on him. And then when we came back, the camera went off of him, and then it was just on us. So we had to like until he finished praying. So imagine, this is my first time TV presenting, like anchoring, like properly, which is like basically controlling the TV show. And even then I'm co-presenting, so the main presenter is doing most of the anchoring, which means that, you know, when like for example we're about to go to an advert, they're telling you in your ear you got 60 seconds, you got 30 seconds, and then when it's 10 seconds you're going 10, 9, 8, and then you're going, all right guys, so we see, and before it goes to 0 you have to say assalamu alaikum, we'll see you after the break. But I have not done that bit yet, because even though I was anchoring at this show, it was still the main anchor was doing that. But then when he went off, all I heard in my ear, and so I've never done anchoring before yet, and so I'm talking to Sheikh blah blah blah, and they're like in my ear, what I hear is, all right Musa, you go off the screen now, we're going to switch cameras, Faisal, and so the Sheikh hasn't got an earpiece obviously because he's not presenting, so it's like Faisal, the camera's on you, and then they're like, all right cool, can we get Musa off the set? And Musa's off the set, blah blah, he's walking off the set, and then all I hear in my ear as Sheikh's talking, and all I hear in my ear is this, okay, Musa's off the set, Faisal, it's all on you now. And then that's all I hear, and I was like, because they had to hype it so much. Why would they say it like that? Yeah. So now that's what I hear. So I'm panicking because the Sheikh's speaking, but I'm just thinking to myself, raw, like what if like he stops speaking? Because if the Sheikh, nothing's on the Sheikh, innit? Like if he stops speaking, it's on me to like, okay Sheikh, so what do you think about this? Or and then I was thinking, what if we go to the advert and the Sheikh's speaking, or what if we get called and he's in the thing, like do I interrupt him? So anyway, that was fine. But then what happened is later on, now this is the bit that I put on my Instagram, this is so funny. So what happened is we're getting calls obviously, and then Musa asked a question to the Sheikh, the Sheikh's, and then what they tell me in my ear, they said in my ear while Musa still asking a question, they're saying, Faisal, before the Sheikh answers the question, butt in and take the call because it's a caller. So they said there's a sister on the line, Faisal, you're gonna have to take her. So I'm like, all right, cool. Musa finishes asking this question, and I butt in just before Sheikh answers. I'm like, Sheikh, sorry, I'm gonna have to take this call. Now bear in mind, bro, I'm expecting a sister to be on the line, so I'm like in the zone of like a sister as a thing. And also we're on quite a serious show because obviously the Sheikh is giving like some topics of the Quran, etc. So I turn now to this camera and I'm like, assalamu alaikum sister, where are you calling from? And what I hear is, assalamu alaikum, actually I'm calling from Italy. And I was like, and it threw me off, bro, because I'm not even mocking, this is how it sounded. I threw me off because first of all I was expecting a woman. So then I heard a man's voice, and on top of that the man has such a strong accent. So I'm like, but it threw me off, and I'm trying
to. And he was on a bike as well, wasn't he? Right,
yeah. So then it gets worse. So it's thrown me off already. Yeah. So I'm already like kind of like trying to laugh. I can see Musa in the corner of my eye. He's starting to laugh, and Musa is like the worst to present with sometimes because he's laughing. Now he's laughing. I'm laughing. The Sheikh in the middle is just like being normal, and I'm trying to carry this conversation, but I really want to burst out laughing. I'm on live on air, and I'm speaking, and then it gets worse because then first he's just saying, I've already phoned off because it's a man, and then he's like, I'm actually riding my bike as I'm speaking to you in Italy. I'm riding home, and that just sent me, brother. I was like, oh my days, brother. Like my man's riding bike. So now I'm just laughing, yeah. And then he asks his questions to the Sheikh. And then it gets even worse, bro, because when he asks his questions to the Sheikh, he goes, So obviously, as we know, with each letter of the Quran that you read, there's 10 hasanat in it, 10 rewards, inshallah, as narrated. And the sheikh, bro, as we know, Sheikh Wasim Kempson, a beautiful sheikh. He's a proper Cockney sheikh, innit? He's like, obviously, he's come from, I don't know what his background was, but he's born and brought up in England. He went to Saudi and studied. So obviously, he knows Arabic very well. He knows English very well. And the person asking the question was obviously Pakistani, and his accent was very strong. And what he had said to Sheikh is that he was asking a question. His question is basically, I know there's 10 hasanat with when you read the Quran, but so should I read the translation or should I read the Quran? But what he said, I know there's 10 nekiya, and nekiya in Punjabi means hasanat, but I was laughing because I was like, obviously the Sheikh doesn't understand Punjabi, bruv. Like, so that's also throwing me off. So all these things are throwing me off, bruv. I'm just like laughing, bruv, yeah. Then the Sheikh answers the question. I've composed myself. The Sheikh answers the question now, and I'm already like trying to burst out. Sheikh answers the question. And normally what we say to the caller is we say to them, Jazakallah khair for your question. We'll answer your question. We'll answer your question. And please call in again, etc. Assalamu alaikum. And then we hung up the call and then we asked the Sheikh. Yeah. But this time specifically, Musa went, Jazakallah khair for your question, brother. You stay on the line. We're going to get the Sheikh to ask you a question. So now the Sheikh asks a question, and all we're going to hear in the studio is him like riding his bike, like going out of breath. And it's just, I couldn't handle it, brother. So then I was just laughing. And then there was a bit on the show, as you can see on my Instagram, where it's just silent. And me and Musa just laughing. I can't get my words out. And I'm like tripping over my words. It's so embarrassing.
What were the producers in that saying? They liked it.
So what happened is I didn't hear about the producer, because all we could hear in my ear at that point is the producer went to Musa, you're gonna have to take over, because I couldn't get my words out. And then so they put the camera on Musa, and then Musa was like not able to speak, and so I didn't know if they were happy or upset or what, like. And so then we finished the show, and during the show I was thinking to myself, they might not get me on for another show, like,
really,
because very unprofessional. I'm laughing at someone on the phone, and I wasn't laughing at them, but it's a situation. But they loved it, bro.
Did they like it?
They was like, oh, that was a funny show. It's funny,
yeah,
this and the other. And I put it on Instagram, that clip, and it got like 50,000 views almost. Yeah, man, it was so funny. Yeah, man, alhamdulillah. But that Sheikh was subhanallah, man. So, that Sheikh, I've not sat with him properly before. And when Nate first took his Shahada, he went to London Central Mosque. Yeah. And that Sheikh was doing the khutbah, Sheikh Wasim Kempson. And bro, it was just so amazing to see, he was like, he's like a Cockney, like British, like lad, but he's studied to the point where, you know, he's a sheikh, and he can give, like, he's like giving like really like deep meanings to the Quran, and it was so inspiring because I was thinking to myself, subhanallah, like from where he's come from. And bro, you know, in one part of the show, he was outlining the topics in Surah Baqarah, and you would think, and he had an iPad in front of him, so the TV, you know, the viewers can't see what he's looking at, but I can, and you would think, like a normal person, is it normal to think that he's probably on his iPad, he's probably got a list of the topics in Surah Baqarah, innit? Fam, you know what he's got in front of him on the iPad? He's just got the Quran, and he's reading the Quran like this. He's just going. So he's like this. So all he's got is the Quran in Arabic,
In Arabic,
and he's going. So Allah speaks about the rulings of XYZ, and then he's like, and then Allah goes on to the rulings of divorce, and then he's like, and then Allah kind of talks about these kind of topics, and he's reading Arabic, like it's just off the top of his head, like it's as if he's reading English.
MashaAllah.
And it's so inspiring because it's like I can't look at Quran and translate it and be like, and he's not even born Muslim, and he's studied to that point, so that was very inspiring.
Where's he based?
I think he lives North London or West London.
Is he involved? Is he in London Central Mosque?
So once a week he does a khutbah in London Central Mosque.
Once a week, as in every Friday?
Yeah. No, sorry, once a month, sorry. So once a month.
That would be every Friday.
Yeah. Once a month he does a khutbah in London Central Mosque. And he's involved in da'wah. But bro, he's inspiring, man.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. In fact, and you know what? We should get him on, because I'd love his story, and I think we can get him on.
Yeah,
because I spent a lot of time with him, and he likes me now, I think, inshallah. So I think the more, we should try and get him on, bro, because here's what I want to go into with him. I want to speak about like him being born and brought up, like his background is in it, like not like, I don't necessarily want to go into the Islamicness of it, but more so like his story. How did he become a sheikh in it? How did he go from being a young British? Like, I wonder what his story is.
Yeah,
because he's proper Cockney.
Is he?
So he sounds like he's from East London or something.
Really?
He's like he speaks like I mean, like Assalamu alaikum, white. Like, may Allah bless him and preserve him. I mean, and so one question that would be really good for Freshly Grounded, which Musa did ask him, is he said, "What does your family think about you being like?" So Sheikh Wasim Kempson, obviously his wife and kids, to the best of my knowledge, they're Muslim, obviously, his family. But his mum, his rest of his family, as far as I know, is not Muslim. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So like the mum, brothers and that, this and the other. And what it does for us, bro, is it makes us realize that, subhanAllah, yeah, sometimes we get angry with ourselves, innit? Like, about our family, like, why are we not giving them da'wah, why are they not taking shahada, or why are they not even coming to, maybe they are Muslim, but why are they not coming to Islam, yeah? Why are they not becoming practicing? And look at this is a sheikh who studied around the world, like, yeah? And if anybody had the knowledge to give the da'wah, it would be someone like him.
Of course.
And look at that, akhi, it tells us that Allah guides who He wills, innit?
Exactly that.
So Musa said to him, Sheikh, your family, do they know you're a sheikh? Like, obviously, you're not like, it's the one thing one person becoming a revert, but are they aware that you're not just a normal Muslim? And he said, no, I'm a normal Muslim. What do you mean? And Musa said, all right, like, I get it, but come on, you're a sheikh, innit? Like, he's like, all right, I'll indulge in the conversation, because obviously he knows, like, he was trying to be humble, innit? But he said, so he explained. So then he said to us, he said, my mom and my brother, they do know. But obviously they're not Muslim, to the best of my knowledge, and so they know that he's a sheikh, but they don't obviously know
what that means.
Much about what that means. Interesting, isn't it, bro?
It is interesting,
because he's obviously studying enough, like, where he's in the Muslim community, like, oh, Shaykhana, assalamu alaikum, give mad respect, innit? Because obviously the sheikh, we should give them respect. Without doing ghulu, obviously, without going overboard, but we should give them a lot of respect, especially the older they are sheikh, our teachers and stuff. But obviously when he's with his family just chilling, and obviously it's just like a brother and a son. Very interesting. It's
interesting. I remember having a conversation when we were in Dubai. In fact, one of the brothers we met in Dubai, someone with a lot of knowledge, he's a revert, and his family aren't Muslim, and you have to question. It's not necessarily about how much knowledge you've got, or how skilled you are at da'wah to be able to bring someone to Islam. It's ultimately it's based upon guidance. And me and Shahid, who we obviously stayed with, he was talking about giving da'wah, and he was talking about that he's planning something that about writing a very, very deep, meaningful letter. What?
SubhanAllah, yeah. I spoke to him about that recently.
Did you?
Yeah, he told me about that.
I won't go into. I don't have private, so I won't go into too much. But he got me thinking. He got me thinking about.
That's amazing that you just mentioned that, SubhanAllah, because you're my witness that we haven't spoken about this.
No, we haven't.
Today, have we?
We haven't. But it's got me thinking. Since I had the conversation with him about it, it got me thinking. Because we were just talking about da'wah, and obviously, like, you want to give da'wah to everyone, but especially like your family. I mean, the people who raised you and who've known you since you were. But it's not as simple as just relaying the message of Islam and giving them a leaflet. It goes deep. Do you know what I mean? But there is like, you can use wisdom to like really penetrate someone's mind, and you can really like think about it. If you have a conversation with someone, you know, when you have a deep conversation, a meaningful deep conversation, sometimes to get there you have to have built up a certain amount of trust, and that it has to be the right settings and the right chemistry between you and the person. So it's almost like if you can get not in someone's mind in the sense that you're trying to like trick them or like, but like just get on the level, know how you can penetrate someone's mind, open their mind up, and really kind of like, do you know what I mean? Get them thinking the correct way. Because it's not always as simple as just saying, look, you believe in God, this is why, but really like penetrate someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we were speaking about that last week, weren't we? About how like you can't just kind of just turn up and just be like, this is the way.
No, you can't. It also got me thinking about how Nate said about last year, or when he fasted, and you see the brother do just sipping on and the actions of da'wah, and how when I first became Muslim, I was told about da'wah and actions. I didn't really think much of it, but that's a fine example. If someone actually does have that good character and is abiding by the sunnah, and there's so much sunnah that we can actually fulfill that we don't do. If you actually did that perfectly, I wonder how many more people around you would kind of like would notice it, and maybe if they don't sort of notice it like and make a comment. But how Nate said, like, you know, he said a year later he noticed how Kareem was just sipping on his water and it had like an effect on him, because rather than he was just banging off the drink as fast as he could, but he's witnessing someone doing it very slowly, like, and the effect it has on someone. Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy how that would have, like, out of all things, that would have the effect.
Yeah, for sure. But I can think back, like, my times of Jahiliyyah and having people give da'wah to me, but not even like intentional da'wah, just people who are God conscious or people who are Muslim or whatever, and how like certain things that people have said to me, or certain things that I've witnessed that kind of stayed in my memory, like even from when I was at school, all the way, and just having like certain people. When I say Muslim, I use it loosely with people who are maybe God conscious and whatever, who have knowledge on Islam or whatever. But I remember, like, I can strongly remember, like, throughout my in my mind, of like people just doing certain things, and it does have an effect on you. Like whether you at the time you realise it or not, it kind of stays in your memory.
Yeah. It does, man. It's kind of these little things. Kind of moving off topic a bit. I've been seeing on my socials a lot of Menspire posts recently, and Menspire doing a bit of a madness in Romania.
Yeah,
I would love to hear about that because I haven't heard about it. What's happening? I've seen some pictures of like Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi and Josh were in Romania last week.
Looks like Romania's been taken over by Menspire. I'm seeing like big banners.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah. Do you ever think about Menspire? I'm saying something. I'm not saying it's like praise you for you to get gas, but do you ever think about Menspire and just sit back and think to yourself, take a deep breath and think about where it's gone to and feel kind of like really, I suppose, like proud or happy, but not proud of yourself, but just proud of the people, the team, and
alhamdulillah, yeah, man. Alhamdulillah, it's good. I'm very happy.
Are you able to take it in though? Because it is international. So do you fathom that, or does it not? Like
I do. I'm aware. I think after each time alhamdulillah, we've managed to open a few shops recently, and after that evening, I kind of sit there and reflect, and it is. Yeah, it's great, alhamdulillah. It's fantastic. It's really, really good. I understand it. I understand it's huge. I also feel like there's a massive part of me that feels like, and this is a prime example of dunya, yeah? How, although it has, alhamdulillah, we've got 6 Menspire shops now.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
Which is fantastic.
And how many of those opened this year?
3 or 4.
Subhanallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah, man. But this is the nature of dunya, man. I'm not satisfied by that, and it's not like, and it's good. It's good because I've got like big goals with what I want to do with it. So I don't want to be like satisfied and then take off your foot off the pedal and all that kind of stuff. But it's almost like when I was younger, I could have only dreamed of having one successful shop. And alhamdulillah, Allah's given me 6. This is Menspires, 6 Menspires, which are all, alhamdulillah, they're doing good. And there's a huge team now. There's like my social media, obviously I follow everyone who works for Menspire and just constantly seeing their stories. Everything's Menspire. And it's great because it's me and Josh ultimately. We set this up about 4 and a bit years ago, and now I just see it everywhere. It is crazy. But
it must be.
It is crazy. But there's a massive part of me that feels like, okay, we're just getting going now, like because I've got so much I want to get out of it. So it's kind of like, it's good, but I feel like I'm just getting started.
No, it's important to have that. And I think that when you said that, you said something, you said you want more. I think that's good, that's positive, because I think there's a difference between like not having enough of something because you're being greedy, like our personal wealth that we're just never happy. But when it comes to like business, what you're saying is, you're not saying it like that. You're saying it like you have big goals. You want to like take over. And bro, that's like, bro, if I'm honest, bro, honestly, I'm saying this in 2018, and I want to like get this podcast. I want this podcast to be like heard back to us, inshallah, in a few years' time. Inshallah, we'll be still doing Freshly Grounded at that time, even when you are the biggest, like you're like Elon Musk of the hair industry. Inshallah, you'll still have time Freshly Grounded. But I want us to hear back to this podcast because I want to say something now. I'm going to say, inshallah, I can honestly foresee, with Allah's will, Menspire being like the monopoly of the hair industry. And what I mean by that is that when you think of sports clothing, you think of Nike. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like ultimately, if you're getting a pair of crepes for like football boots, you're thinking Nike for it to be the best ones. And if you're talking about, for example, I'm trying to think of something that's non-clothing related. If you think about furniture, bro, you think about IKEA. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that inshallah, Menspire is going to be. I believe this, bro. Honestly, with yaqeen, bro, with my heart, that when you think of a haircut, it's not going to be I'm getting a haircut. It's going to be I'm going Menspire. Like, you know how Uber changed the game when you don't say I'm getting a cab. If you're getting an Uber, you say I'm getting an Uber. They've made their
true,
brand an adjective or a verb. A verb, isn't it? A doing word. So I believe people are going to be laughing at me right now. But I feel like Menspire is going to become a verb. It's going to be like, bro, instead of being like, I'm going to get a haircut, it's going to be like, I'm going Menspire. But it's already started here. When Omar tells me he's getting a trim, or I tell him I'm going to get a trim, it's never like, bro, I'm going to get a trim. It's, I'm going Menspire. But I honestly foresee that, inshallah, around the world, this is what it's going to be like for Menspire. Inshallah, bro.
Inshallah,
and I make dua for you, bro.
Please make dua.
Inshallah.
I would love that.
May Allah make it successful. Keep your
Ameen.
halal,
Ameen.
keep your rizq halal, and allow it to allow you to increase in your rizq, and then you use that rizq for
Sake of Allah.
the sake of Allah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean,
Make dua, please.
inshallah, we'll do, bro. Do you send? So you don't send a lot of emails, do you? You probably. I imagine you never send emails. Do you
Emails?
send
Yeah,
emails?
I use
for
email,
work?
yeah.
Do you use email?
Yeah.
Well, that surprises me.
Why?
I know you're a businessman, so like, but I would imagine that you're just not an email guy.
No, I do use email. I have to
Okay.
use email. I don't like email that much, but I do use email.
The reason I say that is because I got email recently, and it was quite an abrupt email. It was like a hi, blah blah, like got the thing that they wanted to say, and then that was it. And then at the bottom it just said like, it didn't even have a signature. It didn't
Right.
even have like a thing. Yeah. And I was reflecting on that, and I was this morning while I was going to work, because I saw the notification. I was just thinking to myself like, I feel like there's a protocol for email. Do you know? Like, I don't know if this is me, yeah, but I feel like if someone sends an email, it has to be sent in a certain way. Like, it has to be like, dear,
Yeah.
Name?
Yeah, of course.
like, I hope you're well.
Did you
or
get
something.
just a message? Just
Yeah, it was like, hi, comma, the question, that's it. And I was thinking like,
I
to
don't know.
myself,
As a
that-
part-
They know you personally. It's a bit
I feel like there's a protocol, bro. Listen to how deep this protocol
etiquettes
goes.
of an email, you mean?
Yeah, etiquette, bro. I don't know if this is extreme, yeah, but you know when Omar sends me an email, because sometimes he has to send me something for work. His email will still be like, hey, bro, or salam, bro. Like, so it's still like a bit like, like, what's the word? Not like not
Normal?
professional. It's still like there's a word, bro. That's just I can't get out. Oh man,
I think Nate said the best.
what?
Normal.
Normal, yeah. Well, it's still formal.
formal.
Yeah, it's still informal, which is nice, but it's still formal.
Okay.
So he write like, for example, salam, bro, comma, but for example, let's say he's sending me like, for example, an invoice. The invoice we spoke about is attached. Let me know if you need anything else, Omar. Now, that I'd say is a good email, even though he's my brother. I don't need to like expect that from him, because we've been brought up together since since he was 1 year old.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Isn't email?
He emails a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like, is that one of his main ways of messaging people? Email?
He communicates a lot through email.
Through
We all
email,
do.
Yeah. But no, I've noticed that he does. He's always got his email up on his. So that's almost like that's his main form of communication as a businessman. So he's almost like representing himself through email. So he's probably got in the habit of using his email to how and has an effect on. He wants to.
But I feel like they're the basics, bro. Like, if you want to chat like that to me, then
I get
maybe drop me a DM.
I don't know. I get quite a lot of emails which are very, very simple and plain. I've got no
Really?
problem. I think with an email is where you can get away with it. I think in a text message or a WhatsApp, it has to be a little bit more.
No, I feel like in a text or
I think you
WhatsApp
have
you
to
get away with it. If I message you now and I was like, "Yo, bro, you're gonna make it in for 4," you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make it in." That'd be calm. But if I emailed you and it was like that, if you emailed me back, I would expect you to be like,
What's the difference?
"Hey, bro, I don't know. It just seems a bit more
Nah,
formal."
I think ultimately probably how much you use email maybe has an effect on it. I
I
don't
think emails are gonna die.
No.
Whoa. Die.
No, I don't.
Nah, it's because it's a nice way of having not someone's number, but you can
But you should have your signature put in place as something
at least
fairly
bro,
hearty.
Yeah, not like sent from my phone.
Always, it should be kind regards. Yeah, I know. I hate that when I get an email and it's sent from my iPhone. It's like, come on, bro.
Just like regards in it at least, or warm regards.
What's mine? Kind regards, Samuel and Palmer. Something like that.
I wasn't even aware that you used email.
Come on, bruv. What do you think of me?
No, bro. I would imagine you to have someone who does your emails
I've
for
got
you.
like 6 emails, man.
But someone probably does your emails for you, most of them.
Nah.
You do your own emails. It just surprises me.
Mahi looks after
Your
a lot of
emails.
some of them, but
Yeah, I knew you would.
Nah, my info and Menspire, which is like the main Menspire one, between me, Josh, and Mahi look after that. But
Okay.
and I've got personal ones. I've got 59 ones. Sales and Menspire. Yeah, no, they all get used.
Alhamdulillah. What do you use, an app on your phone, or are you more of a log on the computer kind of
Nah, man. I was just on the. It's like any other person would do. Click on your phone. You press email. Bare emails, bruv.
thing? Wow, you got bare emails.
Yeah, come on, man.
You're doing your thing. You're doing your thing.
How would I not have an email account?
No, I knew you'd have one, but I just can't imagine you using email.
Yeah, man. You've got to this day and age.
Yeah. So speaking of like technology and stuff, I saw a video the other day, and it was a demonstration of like smart homes.
Yeah.
Bruv, I love smart homes, man. Do you know
A
about this
demonstration?
stuff? Yeah, bro. Right, so bro, the way we're moving now, obviously with technology, and the big craze right now is like smart homes, isn't it? So this means that you might have like a Alexa, or you might have a Google it's
Box.
a Google, not Chrome. It's a Google something, yeah, a Google Home. Or something else. And what this does is that, for example, let's say you have this device now, and you get smart bulbs, and you get smart cameras, and you get smart thermostats, then you get smart kettle. You could literally just be like, okay, Google, turn the lights off. Or you can be like, okay, Google, dim the lights. Or you can set it to settings that, for example, let's say you're about to watch a movie, and so you want dim lights, you're sitting at home with the missus, you're going to watch a movie, you can be like, okay, Google, put my movie setting on, and it will just become like nice dim for you guys to watch a movie. And that's just the lights. And you could be like, or for example, let's say Alexa, you could be like, Alexa, put the kettle on, and the kettle just comes on, and stuff like that. And smart digital, I love it, bro. I love it. I know I'm a fiend for this kind of stuff. I love it, bro. I'm saying, yeah, inshallah, yeah, I want to have a smart home. Like, I want to do my homework with everything. Like, bro, you can, for example, turn the washing machine on before you come home. You can like,
That's smart.
Bro, let's say you freeze a cold, yeah, you don't want to waste your heating, but 10 minutes before you get home, you turn the heating on your app, and then when you come home, your home's nice and toasty.
You can do that. You can do that already
With a few like British Gas there, don't they?
Not even a smart one. Just set your
Timer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They've had that available for quite a while.
No, but you have to manually set the timer. So
Yeah,
might
but
not
you
be home
set the
at that
time. You know you're gonna get back to your yard at 7 o'clock.
Because the smart
ting
one's
turns
better.
on at
It's still a lot
6.
of manual stuff you have to do though, like take the washing out.
That's true. That's true. I like
Water in the kettle.
but that is so
Get
cool,
made.
bro. Anyway, I'm such a big fan of this smart home situation right now. I'm actually gassed off it right now.
Is that what you want?
Bro, I want
Range Rover
my
Sport.
whole yard is gonna be smart. That's what I would love, inshallah. Like I open a door. I don't open it with a key. I just open my door with my fingerprint. Cool. I roll in. Okay, Google, chuck the kettle on. While that's going on, I speak to my coffee machine. Or I speak to my coffee machine.
I thought he was gonna say speak to my wife.
Make me a coffee. Say to the coffee machine, and then I'm like, you know, Alexa, what time is Maghrib Adhan? Maghrib Adhan is in 15 minutes. All right, cool. So I've got time to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine my whole yard. I'm just walking like, that'd be sick.
Do you want a robot?
I wouldn't like a robot. No.
You wouldn't like a robot.
No. I'm happy with just like the smart home setup.
But would you like,
Imagine
in the
like
future, would you like if you had the access to a robot?
I don't think so. No.
Why?
If I don't like kutte, as you know, like that.
Yeah.
It's one step too far for me.
How can you just compare a robot and a dog?
Obviously, yeah, you're right, because a dog has a life, like a soul, but
Yeah, and a robot is.
a robot, but it still feels weird, bro.
That's why they're trying to put consciousness into robots.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
What?
Yeah,
How do you get what? How do you like attain consciousness? Like,
you hear what Omar said about the? I can't remember what uni they're from, but they put
oh yeah,
transform pig consciousness, put it into one and into the other, a dead one, and put it into another one that was responding.
They're
or
trying.
something.
Right, of course, yeah. There's universities right now that trying to like transfer like souls, basically.
So, yeah.
souls into robots.
No, so what they're trying to do, what Omar specifically talking about, is this university or something. What they're trying to do is, correct me if I'm wrong, Nate, is they're trying to basically so a person, let's call a person Bob and let's call a person Jimmy, yeah?
Okay.
So Bob has a soul, Jimmy has a soul, they're real people. Yeah. Now Bob dies, his body dies, but they kind of capture his soul, put it inside
It's consciousness.
Soul. Put like his soul in, or no, so put a live person's soul inside Bob's dead body, and now Bob's alive again with a different soul.
No,
is that it?
It's take it. Say you was to go, they'll take your download your consciousness and upload it into a younger, fresher person, or whatever. So you'll still be.
So you're still basically. So the idea is that technically you're still living.
But you make that sound so easy that you download it and then upload it. But where have you got a plug in your head? That you download?
Exactly.
How do you download a conscience?
I don't know the details.
No idea, bro. I think they're trying to do this is something to do with genes. But bro, subhanAllah, look how crazy this is. In order for them to test this, I think like people have to die. He was saying,
people signed up for
and
it.
people have signed up to die.
Yeah.
Should be tested on, because obviously someone has to die so that they can download their thing. So they have to test it on a few people.
They said
So
they'd
people
done it on
signed
a
up
pig
to
and
download
it
someone's
worked, so I don't know how.
I think something to do with their genes, like maybe like try and find. I don't know what they think they're doing, but it's really messing with the creation of Allah. So a next degree.
Yeah, for sure.
To a next degree. It's no joke. But yeah, but can you believe that people? Well, I think I can believe it actually. But can you believe that people have signed up to die?
It's like Black Mirror.
When you say signed up to die,
Like they said, yeah, you could test it on me. So which
When
means
I
that
die?
no, they euthanasia, bro.
really?
Yeah,
Serious?
they kill them. Yeah,
Is it actually happening?
I don't know if it's happening
I
yet.
think it's on the thing because they said that
It's illegal in
worked
America, isn't it?
with,
Switzerland, you can do it.
Yeah, Switzerland, I believe you could do it.
That's crazy, bro.
Mad, bro. You sign up to die to like.
So you
But-
sign up. You
But
want
you don't even get to see the results of like what happened with your soul. But I think this outside because maybe they think like, oh, I'll still be living. I don't know. Bro.
I know what happens to your soul.
Yeah, it's true. But no, but they think
Are they trying to capture the soul?
no. What are they trying to capture?
it's like the consciousness. of your-
When you say consciousness, that
that's
makes me
kind
think of soul.
Is the soul, but it's a bit.
Consciousness makes me think. Obviously, it's not. Yeah.
hard
They're
to
probably
explain.
thinking soul though, because that's the thing that gives you life.
It's crazy, bro.
We both know that gets
Your
real.
brain waves, all that stuff, and electrodes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I overheard a conversation the other day that people were getting paranoid about these. We were talking about robots. They're getting paranoid about robots being taken over and that. I think people have been watching too many
Of their
iRobots.
jobs.
Yeah, and just everything. Who knows what the future holds, man? I'm not really paranoid about robots. Are you?
I'm
You
not
actually
paranoid
maybe
about
the wrong
robots.
person
I'm
to
not-
ask.
I know, I'm
Japan
not
and
paranoid about
places like
robots, bro. And bro, like humans are always gonna exist in it until, as we know, Yom Kiyama, humans are gonna exist in it. So
Yeah.
until humans exist, like we're not just like what we gonna do. Is just like sit back. We have to have something. Like we have to have experiences in life. What we gonna do is just sit back and just like sleep all the time because robots are doing everything for us. It don't make no sense. We don't want to sleep all the time. We're gonna want to eat. We're gonna want to enjoy things. There's gonna be people who are gonna want to commit crimes.
No, I think people are paranoid about losing jobs, etc. to
Yeah,
robots,
fair. That's
which
a fair
has
paranoia.
actually happened a lot.
Yeah, that's a fair paranoia.
checkout
Obviously, for checkout machines and all that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But
let's
even-
look at go to the supermarket, and that's something that we use. All of us use daily. There's like think about how many less staff there are now due to
well, bro,
self checkout.
Amazon have opened up the first ever like staffless shop. So it's a supermarket underneath Amazon HQ, and there's no staff.
Really?
You just go in, you scan your thing, you walk out,
Yeah.
pay for it. There's obviously the necessary security and
You like that kind of stuff, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah, of course. You love the future. You love big brands, don't you? No.
Yeah. I think you don't mind the big brands yourself, big Sammy. But yeah,
Nah,
man,
like
I'm
Apple-
excited
Apple
about this
and-
stuff. I'm excited about this stuff, man.
What's your
I'm really
favourite
excited about
brand?
this, my favorite brand.
Yeah, Apple.
Well, if we take like any ethical things out of it, because obviously I don't know like what they support and this and the other.
Yeah.
Just in terms of what they do,
Yeah.
my favorite brand is definitely Amazon right now.
Amazon.
I love Amazon right now. Just the way they're moving, the things they
Is
do.
it the guy- what's the guy who
way they
owns it
think.
called?
Jeff Bezos. He's the richest man in the world, and his mind
Doesn't he
is
only
amazing.
doesn't he only own like 16% of it now or something?
I'm not sure, but even if he did,
He's the richest man in the world, isn't it?
He's the
Apparently, he
richest
only
man in the
owns 16% or something.
his mindset is amazing. Just hear his mindset, the things that he comes out with in terms of dunya related stuff is amazing. He says like, stuff like, everyone's trying to find out, like figure out the next big thing. And he said my philosophy with Amazon is let's stick to the things that we know work. So for example, nobody's ever going to complain and say that, oh, your customer service is too good. So I'm always going to increase customer service. No one's going to complain and say your delivery is amazing but it just came too quick. So let's increase the delivery because that's not going to be a complaint. So they're working on, I think now you can order something on Amazon and in some places with a drone you can get it within 30 minutes. They're working on improving that.
Wow.
So and obviously Amazon have also launched this new service where the delivery driver can actually drop it inside your house with a passcode. Have you seen this?
No.
Amazon Key.
Really?
Madness, bro.
Drop it inside your yard.
So what happens is, so this is mad, bro. This already exists. There's always people have it, and so what it is you get this Amazon Key, and then you install it in your door, and then in front of your door inside your house. Yeah. Now what happens is you get Amazon delivery, and you're not going to be in, but you want someone to drop it home, and you don't want to drop it outside. You don't want to miss your delivery. You want it in your yard. So what happens is that the delivery driver has a one-time access to your house with his key, like his card. He scans his card. And Amazon knows, so through your Amazon account, they know that you're expecting delivery. So it wouldn't unlock with anyone's keys. It only unlock specifically on that day, the driver coming for a specific item. Do you see what I'm saying? Now that opens, he opens the door, drops it inside, and he leaves. Yeah. And there's a camera that you can view the whole thing on to see what is happening. So the idea is that he can't do anything for so many reasons. But even if technically he could do something, it would all be on camera and it'd be reported instantly, so he couldn't get away with it. And Amazon have their details and stuff.
How long has this been running for?
So this is fairly new, a few months though.
Really?
I wouldn't install that though. That's step too far.
Step too far, innit?
Step too far for me. But sorry, the other thing I was going to say just about Jeff Bezos is he also said something that was really quite interesting, which was he said, I believe this was him. I heard it off someone who said it was him. So what he's apparently said is that I never have a department. Think about how big Amazon is. For one of the biggest companies in the world, he said, I don't have a department that can't be fed from 2 pizzas. So if it takes more than 2 pizzas to feed this department, the department is too big.
Really? Wow.
So for example, let's say if you work in orders,
Yeah.
in something like that, like if even if somebody is high up in buying, for example, they, you know how high up they are, they can't even access the orders because that's a different department, which I think is very good. He's very manageable at that. So, bro, I think Amazon is definitely my favorite company right now. The way they're moving, bro, mad, bro, with this Alexa, the smart homes. Amazon is killing the game, bro. Killing the game, way more than Apple.
Serious?
Oh man, Amazon are killing it, bro. Favorite company, definitely. Killing it. Yeah, Amazon, man, they're doing bits. They've got a bunch of, and even stuff like, for example, like look at what they've got with the pantry app, like, bro, like, with the buttons, bro. Imagine how mad this is, bro. This already exists. We just don't have it in our houses. But this is what I'm gonna have, inshallah. If I get a new place, inshallah, then this is the kind of stuff I would want in my place. Like, for example, bro, imagine you could already have this, yeah. So you got your washing machine. Your washing machine takes aerial tablets, yeah. For example, you got Amazon could give you a button of aerial, and so it's an aerial button. It's a little button. You stick it onto your washing machine. It's just a tiny little button, like a little button. Now you run out of aerial tablets. You press the button, and it sends another batch of aerial tablets you buy tomorrow. But it's on Prime, so if you've got it, inshallah, the idea is that eventually it'll be something that will come in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, bro, you can have buttons for anything. So, for example, now on my coffee tin, my tea tin, I've got a coffee button on my coffee tin, tea by my tea tin.
How does the button work though?
The button, it must be connected to Wi-Fi.
So just a little button that sits
Little
next to the
button.
thing.
You can stick it on anything.
Okay.
So the idea is that you stick it on your coffee tin because it's for coffee.
Right.
So I press it, now new coffee capsules on the way. I don't have to do nothing, then it takes money automatically out of my account. So, bro, look how easy life's been made now. Bro, but they've also got the pantry, so stuff like just milk. Stuff like basics, bro. But also stuff like, for example, if you're out of, I don't know, ink, pens, anything. So that exists. So, bro, my yard, inshallah, I walk in, cool, out of toilet roll, cool, this is constantly
Keep them buttons away from the kids.
Yeah. They do have a thing. So they have a child-proof stuff. Like, for example, if it's already been pressed and a delivery is on its way, if you can't press it again. So if children keep pressing it, and there's other stuff like, for example, you can set like I believe you can set locks and stuff. So
how much more does it cost than normal?
Bro, that's the thing. These things don't really cost. I don't think they cost much more.
How do they make money?
Because you're buying it.
But not much more than normal, like a supermarket.
Well, no, because like if I buy something off Amazon, Amazon selling it. So all they've done is they've just increased their sales because they've made it easier for me to buy it. Do you see what I'm saying?
So the same price, just the button.
I believe so. You have to pay for the button.
Yeah.
But I believe the price doesn't change.
How much is the button?
I was looking at it cheap, bro. Like not like hundreds of pounds. Like I think like I don't know, maybe even like a tenner. I'm not sure, but I saw it online because I was looking through the buttons and bro.
You looked at them online, yeah?
Yeah, I looked at them on Amazon. So
you buy the buttons from Amazon for about 10, let's say.
Yep.
So you need about 10 minimal. If you did put your milk, your coffee, your...
I suppose like the ones that I would say that are essential would be like the washing machine one, dishwasher one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have one for my printer.
You said toilet roll, you said milk.
No, I probably wouldn't have that stuff. I wouldn't have that.
You wouldn't?
I don't think I'd have a milk and stuff. I would probably have a coffee, but that's because I'm probably going to, inshallah, if I have a coffee machine, then I would probably have a specific capsules that I would like. By the way, we're speaking in ideal world here. This is not what my life is like right now. But I'm talking complete hypothetical world. I imagine I would have a really fancy coffee machine which takes really fancy capsules, which I would definitely require a button for.
Yeah, it's good vision, man. Hold that vision.
Yeah, man. Bro, your home is your base, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you've always said that. You always want a really nice home.
I always want a nice, bro. Like I don't want I'm not bothered about having a fancy car in one.
I thought you wanted a Range Rover Sport.
I would love a Range Rover, but it doesn't. I'm saying like I actually don't like what I say that, but
Would you pick a nicer place than over a car?
100.
Would you not downgrade the yard a little bit to get a nicer car
No
so
way.
you have a best of both?
No.
Really?
Bro, a car does not. When I say, oh, I love a Range Rover, I'm saying it's so hypothetical. Like, if I had the money for a Range Rover, I would definitely not get one, bro. Like, until my car breaks, why would I need a new car? Like, and I know it sounds like, oh, you say that, but honestly, bro, I might be wrong here, but I feel like I don't require much in regards to like the luxurious car, but a house, that's your base. That's what you come home to every night. It's what you wake up in every morning. I feel like if there's anything I may want to indulge in, it would probably be a nice house. Yeah, inshallah. That's like Bill Gates. Like what he said is, he said that Bill Gates obviously is one of the richest men in the world, and they said to him like, you know, you don't seem to spend that much money. They said in an interview to him, like, you do a lot of charity, because obviously we know that he was the richest man in the world at one point, but then he gave so much away that he became like number 3 or something on the list. And so he had answered a question that they'd asked. They said, how do you travel? And he said, I don't really spend a lot of money myself, but the one luxury I have allowed myself to afford is that I have a private jet, because I travel so much. I like to like be comfortable when I'm traveling, which I'm like, fair enough, man.
Yeah,
you got money.
In the world. Yeah, of course.
You're at the PA. You're not.
He's still got like, hasn't he got like a record breaking like fish tank or something?
I'm sure he's got a fat yard.
He's got loads. He's got ridiculous amounts. He's one of the richest men in the world.
To him, that stuff probably just isn't luxury.
He just dresses bad. Not bad, sorry.
He just dresses like as if he's
money
humble.
on. Yeah.
Pretends like he's humble, maybe.
Yeah.
Could do with the
Allah
trim.
knows best what he's up to. Yeah, a few things.
Allah knows best, bro.
He's up to a few things, though, isn't he?
He's up to madness.
I don't know.
Really? I don't know. I'm not
going to say that on the podcast.
Yeah, fair. But I don't know much about him.
When I first started on my spiritual quest, he's someone who I discovered like on the whole conspiracy side of things. Yeah.
Wow. It makes sense, bro, because when people are really rich, you do think a bit.
Yeah. There's lots of stuff connected to him. Google it.
Really?
YouTube it. Yeah. Like population control and all this kind of stuff.
That stuff's big, man.
Yeah, but he's spoken about it publicly and stuff. But like killing people and like controlling them. But anyway, you have to YouTube it. I don't speak about conspiracies on Freshly Grounded anymore.
Why? The people loved it.
I got too many messages asking for evidences, man.
Really?
Yeah. I got a message the other day saying about like remember I spoke about the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Someone else mugging it off the other day on a DM or something. But now it's like I said, go and study it yourself. Have you looked at it before?
The flat Earth?
Yeah. I know, do you know what? I'm not allowed this conversation. But yeah, when you say something on this, you have to be careful. A lot of people listen to it, and the thing is, if you make a massive statement, a massive claim like that, you're almost like you have to.
You're opening yourself up.
Yeah, you have to back yourself up a little bit. And if you haven't got time to send everyone videos and talk to everyone your reasons why this, that, and the other, sometimes it's best just to keep your mouth.
It's true.
Shut.
It's true.
Yeah, Bill Gates and Flat Earth. YouTube it.
I might check up about this Bill Gates thing.
You do. I'll have a little look afterwards and I'll see what I can. This was at the beginning stages of looking at like corruption and stuff. There was loads of stuff on Bill Gates, but I think he has done a lot of charity work and he's done a lot of amazing. He's obviously done a lot of amazing stuff, but I don't know. Allah knows best.
I've had a Izaha crisis.
How do you mean?
It's Ramadan, and but alhamdulillah, sales.
Dark one's gone.
Sales go. Yeah, pretty much. I think there's that one too. Sales are going well because it's Ramadan time. Ramadan's obviously a busy period for Izaha, and my manufacturer at the worst time, he's causing me drama.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What's happened to him? Her?
There's just I've ordered a bunch of hats that were meant to be here latest today.
Really?
And
any explanation?
Sorry?
Any explanation?
I'm gonna chase it all up. I know one of the reasons. Obviously, with the labels, like the inside label. So in all of our hats, we have like a really, really beautiful inside label, which I really love. Okay.
Yeah.
And so obviously, when you order labels, you get them from a different factory, a label factory, innit? And you order thousands and thousands of labels at a time. And so I've only ever ordered labels once because we ordered such a high amount of labels, but they ran out.
Do you sort the labels out separately?
No.
They do.
Yeah. But it's done externally though. So because we ran out of labels, all of the hats have been stopped because the label factory is making the labels. But it's
waiting for little labels.
Yeah, it's the worst time for this to happen because of Ramadan. Yeah, so that's what I'm currently dealing with.
consider maybe not doing the labels, or you have to have the labels, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, of course it does make it.
It doesn't make it a Zaha hat. Otherwise, it's my little thing.
It's true. Nah, you do need labels.
Yeah, well, it's inshallah they come soon because
They are good labels.
It's a bit frustrating right now. Slightly frustrating.
Well, inshallah, at least you have them for the end of Ramadan. You can do a big promotion or something.
Yeah, it's true, and for Eid and stuff like that, and and I'm gonna be away and so I have to like figure out like things about that as well. So like in regards to like how we're gonna make sure like logistically things are working, and yeah, I think it'd be a nice time to speak to our brother Nathan.
I would like to speak
and
to
see
Nate.
because last time we spoke, it was one day we were on the first fast. Oh, subhanAllah, last time we did Official Gun, it was the first fast of Ramadan.
It was the first day of Ramadan.
So now we're 7 days in.
Yeah.
I believe Nate has not missed fast yet.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. Obviously, these fasts are obligatory. We're not allowed to miss them.
Yeah.
And 7 days in, Mr. Nathan Rose, how are we doing? How are you coping with Ramadan?
I am very well, alhamdulillah. Haven't missed anything yet, and I don't actually feel anything. I'm feeling is like I'm tired. That's it.
Yeah.
The hunger and thirst is not really a problem. So.
You know what? I was speaking to one brother yesterday, Sam, and he was saying that this year the Ramadan has actually been quite like surprisingly easy, and I felt that as well. And Nate's saying that, and a few brothers are saying that. Do you think that
it's easy?
Like easier than previous years? What do you think? What do you reckon? Maybe we're only 7 days in though.
I think now we're 7 days in, it's gotten a lot easier. But I've had a couple of days of it being quite tough.
Hardship.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to complain, but I've had days where it's been difficult to even like communicate. Obviously, I've got clients and stuff to even like.
Oh yeah, you got
very
yeah,
tough.
True.
But I've actually this Ramadan is the first Ramadan. It's my fourth Ramadan. Yeah, it's the first one I've really taken more time out from work. Previous years I've been really busy during Ramadan, and this year I've booked out a lot more time so to focus on like
Fourth Ramadan.
yeah.
Bro, subhanAllah, you know what? Because of the way you hold yourself, the way you put yourself, the way you talk, and like you always, there's dhikr of Allah constantly coming out of your tongue. You forget that it's only been 4 years since you did Shahada. That's not a long time.
It's not a long time.
SubhanAllah. You come across like a veteran in the game.
Really?
Yeah,
no,
man.
Baby on this thing. But this is the first Ramadan where it's like I've got a bit more. It feels nicer. I can actually enjoy it a bit more. Because
Really? Why is that? Because I know you got a lot going on in both your work and life.
Because cutting hair and being the barber, which is where I started this.
Yeah.
This is what I've done for the last few years. And that is what I'm taking a little bit more time out of. So I'm cutting hair less, which is quite difficult when you're very busy and you're fasting. It's
fasting. Yeah.
talking to like a lot of people and giving them what I mean. It's difficult. So basically what I'm saying is I'm doing less cutting hair, bit more time kind of to myself. So it's nice. Bit more. I'm actually very relaxed.
Normally you're early riser. You wake up at 5 a.m. most days outside Ramadan. So what's your body clock been like during Ramadan now?
I'm sleeping late.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing after Fajr.
Yeah,
saying that's what I'm doing.
Well, a few times I've actually the first few. This is the strange thing as well. The first few days I was so tired, so tired. Like even like Isha time, all the way through, just so tired. So sometimes I've been sleeping before Fajr, even if it's just like a half an hour, an hour.
I can't do that.
I know, but I've got to the point where I'm so tired. I feel so horrible that I just have to go to sleep. Even if I wake up again, it's like 45 minutes later for like suhoor. I've had to do that a few times, but only now. I think I've had a lot of rest. Alhamdulillah, my wife has given me opportunity to sleep, and I've just needed it, man, because I've been sleeping a lot.
I just get scared that I won't wake up.
For Fajr?
Yeah.
And for suhoor, sorry. I've missed 2 suhoors, man.
Oh, I can't.
I set my alarms and my phone's been next to my head. I even didn't go to bed one time. I sat on the sofa and literally put my head back and fell asleep, but she came down. It was like, and alhamdulillah, I got Fajr in, but I didn't do suhoor, and I had just eaten something which wasn't. I was a bit thirsty as well. But no. It's been okay, man.
Have you missed any suhoors, Nate?
Just the first night.
The first night.
After
the first fast.
Was in from the masjid. I came back. I got in about maybe I think it was 1:30, and I just passed out straight away. And I woke up and I missed suhoor.
Oh, Wednesday night, the first Tarawih. Yeah. Oh no!
That was
but have you been sleeping before Sahur, or you just been staying awake?
Most of the time I'm sleeping. I usually go to sleep about like 1:30, and then I wake up again about maybe quarter to 3, and I have
Bang a quick sahur and then just
a
pray.
bit of cereal. Because I still can't eat much. Like
Yeah,
I'm still
I know a
full
lot
up
of people
from
like that.
iftar.
What did you say?
so-
I know a lot of people like that who at sahur time they can't eat much.
Yeah, keep it nice to keep it quite basic though. So,
I
but
could-
you have a big team, don't
Cereal
you?
and try and drink as much water as possible.
Bro, you think I have a big thing? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, brother, something mad. You know Ajmal, yeah, obviously the bodybuilder, etc. But let me tell you what Ajmal.
What time do you start work?
We're coming in at 12.
12.
So I get up
Is that leave? What time do you leave your yard?
at 10:30.
Do you have to leave at 10:30 to get here for a 12?
Mm.
So you're still
That's-
getting up early-ish.
Yeah, I
like
got up at 10:15.
10:15.
Just like push a rush out. On a normal day, it takes about 2 hours though.
Does
so I
it?
leave earlier and
From
there's
what's
the
from
traffic
Brixton?
from the morning. Yeah, like kids going to school and all that.
How'd you get here?
Bus,
Always bus.
one bus. Yeah,
Scene. And it takes like, almost 2 hours.
yeah.
Wow, that's a. And on the way back?
So on the way back, it's about an hour and a half as well.
Wow, it's a bit of time, isn't it?
I
Do you enjoy the bus?
I'm used to it because that's my like downtime almost.
Yeah.
'Cause once I get in, there's so much going on. I can't even like.
Is the
settle
bus
down.
the most effective form of transport over like you get the tube?
It's half an hour quicker on the tube.
Half an hour quicker on the tube.
Yeah.
A lot more expensive.
Yeah,
How much more expensive?
maybe like £4 or something.
£4 a day.
Yeah,
So it adds up.
wait, £4, maybe about £8 a day. It's
2
there and
hours
back.
is a long time, isn't it?
'Cause it's like £3 a day on the bus, so it's calm. And now I get to read on the bus, and that's my. I
Utilise
do the
time,
most reading
innit?
on the bus.
Of course.
Once I get in, it's a madness. And I
Faisal,
can't relax.
what you got?
I've got some news.
Go on.
Got some news. Listen to what Ajmal, the bodybuilder, has. Well, by the way, he's on cut right now. He's cutting. Listen to what he has for sahur. He had for sahur last night. He had 10 eggs, rice and steak, and 6 slices of bread and a Pepsi Max.
Really?
That was his sahur. Are you mad, Nate? Can you believe that?
Yeah, when you're burning stuff like that, yeah.
He's been training
He's
a
been
lot as well.
training hard. Yeah, I haven't trained. He's been training.
Yeah, if you're training, you can bang a lot out. I try and do a bit at home. I just do push-ups. That's it. Trying to burn some energy.
Yeah, I've got mates who've joined like 24-hour gyms who are just joined it for the month.
Bruv,
Yeah,
10 eggs, you know. I did that last year. Is that what you did? Have done?
Nah, my mates have.
Yeah, that's what I did last year.
So I'm kind of considering doing it. I don't feel great.
I feel horrible. I'm gonna continue my horrible until after Ramadan. Yeah, you're not seeing me in the gym.
Or a haircut.
I do, but I feel I'm on TV tonight like this. Look at my
You're on
feet.
TV now, bruv.
Yeah, it's true.
There are people who watch this on their TVs at home.
It's true.
I know.
It's true. Do you know what? I didn't even bring my shaving bag. Normally I bring that, so I could at least just like neaten up my like cheeks.
I don't need that big cheeks for you. You got nothing.
I got
Cutthroat, nothing.
Oh.
You.
I was thinking maybe I had that cut though. No, I don't really think.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. It's not all about the external things. It's that we can't all be externally beautiful like you. Allah barik. Some of us have internal beauty. Oh, what an amazing episode.
Yeah.
It was a nice episode.
Yeah, it was nice, man. This is what I
Alhamdulillah.
expect out of a Ramadan episode, man. We're fasting.
It was lovely Ramadan episode.
Even now, I feel like when you fast, it's interesting. You notice like different things happening, but I kind of like my mind is just airy, man. I haven't really got that much. Even when I was talking, I had a client yesterday who was so intense, talking so much stuff. I just felt very stupid. I just felt like I had nothing to say.
I got the deep stuff in it.
I feel the same now, bro.
Nah, bro, this was a lovely episode, man. It was lovely, man. It was nice to have a chat. Obviously, as we already mentioned that, you know, during Ramadan, our episodes are going to be shorter because we are fasting. And alhamdulillah, you know, one thing I didn't want to just come into this episode today and start talking about Ramadan the whole time, because obviously we spoke about it last week, and obviously this is Freshly Grounded. We speak about a bunch of different issues, so it's nice. We got to speak about business, we spoke about Amazon, we spoke about Bill Gates, we spoke about a bunch of different topics, we spoke about emails. So alhamdulillah, obviously naturally we're going to be speaking a lot about Ramadan because we are fasting.
Can you drop a reminder just so the viewers can get? Have you got like something?
I haven't got anything on you. My mind's blank, mate.
You would.
My mind's blank, mate.
Mate.
I'll tell you what, mate. My mind's a bit blank, mate.
Bro, you must have one little thing, even if it's small.
Okay, let me try to think.
Because remember, whatever people do in this month is multiplied. So you
I have one.
Go on.
Okay, so this is something I saw yesterday. Okay, this is what I saw. So, as we know, in the month of Ramadan, if you feed there's a narration that says that if the person who feeds a fasting person gets the reward of that person fasting as well, without taking anything away from that person. Yeah. So listen to this. Yesterday, there was 3 brothers who were opening their fast with dates. Yeah, and they all got given dates to open their fast. Yeah, and before they opened their fast, you know what one of the brothers said? Yusuf. He said to the brother, he said, "Here, take my date." He said, "Give me your date." He said, "You give him his date."
Yeah.
He said, "Now
we're
all going to get the reward for feeding a fasting person."
Smart.
Allah is, and I was thinking to myself, subhanAllah, like, isn't that like cheating in a way?
Nah,
do you know what he said? Akhi, Allah is merciful. Allah's looking for excuses to get us into Jannah.
Sick.
So there's my way for you guys tonight. When you guys eat iftar, when you open it with a date, inshallah, once you have them in your hand, just look to your brother on your right, look to your sister on your left, look to your mom, your dad, whoever, and say, "Give me your date, I'm going to give you mine," and inshallah we get that reward with that intention. So that was a good reminder, wasn't it?
Very good.
May Allah reward you for getting out of me.
I'm going to reward you for getting out as well.
Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah, I get some of that reward.
Inshallah, of course, akhi. Brothers and sisters, people of all ages, knowledges, and peoples, thank you so much for listening to Freshly Guarded. Yeah, this was episode 58, was it, Nate? Or 59? 58. And
We're doing the 59th episode.
yes, the problem with the 59th episode has to be 59.
We can do that.
There has to be.
Yeah. All right. When are you going away?
Yeah, I'm going away next Thursday. I was about to say that.
We can get it, bruv. We can get it done easily.
Before Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. All right, fine.
You're busy on TV and that.
I don't know why I keep saying brothers. Do you know what? I just said brothers and sisters twice now.
Eating.
And because in the live you have to be like brothers and sisters. But I don't want to start doing that Freshly Grounded, because Freshly Grounded is listened to by all
sorts of people.
I mean, everyone is our brothers and sisters of humanity.
Brothers and sisters.
Are we, Sam? Sam? Alright guys, I think you could tell that we've had it. Thank you so much for listening to Freshly Grounded, and we shall see you for episode 59 in 59, inshallah.